Now, criteria of good research. So, for which type of or which research you call it as a good research? So, there are different set of characteristics or the points on which a particular research is called as good or bad. Now, what are the qualities of a good research? The purpose of the research should be clearly defined and common concept should be used. So naturally, any research, you want to know why the person is doing research. What is the need for it? So the purpose should be clearly defined in any research. Second point is common concept should be used. Now what exactly it means? Not too complicated. They should be understood by common people or layman also. So such ones, if they are used, the research becomes good and popular and useful for the society. Second point is the research procedure used should be described in sufficient detail to permit another researcher to repeat the research for further advancement, keeping the continuity of what has already been attained. Now, here basically, one person is carrying out research and he should clearly define what he has done and what is the future scope of that particular research. If anybody wants to carry out that research further, then that scope should give the detail like what should be carried out further, what is left there half. Because every research does not complete is not complete in itself. There are always some other openings related to that research. So that should be clearly defined in greater detail so that somebody can take out that further. So future scope should be clearly defined there. The next point is the procedural design of the research should be carefully planned to yield results that are as objective as possible. That means the result should be to the point. Very clearly, the result should be available. Now, see again the example of AstraZeneca. If they don't define that, okay, the results are 90% efficient. If they say that, okay, the results are good, then this good, unless you define the quantity here, it is not going to give us the clear idea. So how much percentage of efficacy is involved? It is good. Or when you keep some money in the fixed deposit in a bank, unless the rate of interest is clearly defined, you will not be interested in keeping your money there. Oh, we give good rates. Then nobody goes to that bank. For them, the good rate may be even 2%. But for us, 2% rate may not be good. We might be expecting, say, okay, it should beat the inflation rate. If the inflation rate is, say, 7 or 8%, my interest rate should be 9%. I will look for that. So here, the clear definition is very, very important. So the procedural design of the research should be carefully planned to yield results that are as objective as possible. So once you know the procedure, how exactly this is carried out and what are the clear-cut goals or the objectives of that particular research, it is very easy to follow that research. The researcher should report with complete frankness flaws in the procedural design and estimate their effects upon the findings. So here, any research should be flawless. There should not be any loopholes. Clear definition should be there and clear indication of those results achieved should be there. So there should be frankness in that. So you should not do any like kind of a what you define and what you get, or your objectives defined and the results achieved. There should be one-to-one mapping between the two. There should not be any gap between the objectives and the results obtained. That is what is the meaning of this. The analysis of data should be sufficiently adequate to reveal its significance. And the methods of analysis used should be appropriate. So what this means is analysis of data should be sufficiently adequate. Now, whatever data we take, first thing you define the objectives, then as per the objective you collect the data. Once you collect the data, how you utilize it to arrive at your objective is very, very important. And the methods of analysis used should be appropriate. So which method I apply to get a specific result should be appropriate, or proper method should be applied. Somehow I achieve the results, that is not correct. So the validity and the reliability of the data should be checked carefully. So there are actually, this is what ANOVA test and all, they do this validity and reliability testing. You have in the fourth unit different types of tests. Once you design the questionnaire, how relevant those questions are. So those questionnaire, before putting to the people in the survey basis and all, they are tested for reliability. So they are tested for validity. Any data, whatever you collect, when you feed it to say your AI or any machine learning algorithm, you keep certain data, like 70%, 30% distribution is there. Test data is different, training data is different. So when you use some data for training, then for testing, then for validity check also, you keep some data. So all these three, if they fall in place, only then your algorithm, whatever you have designed or modified, is right. So like this, in any research, validity or reliability, all these things are tested, and only after the test your findings are approved or accepted. So any research should provide these tests positively. Conclusions should be confined to those justified by the data of the research. Conclusions should be confined to those justified by the data of the research. So do some research and conclude something else, that should not happen. Whatever data you have collected, relevant analysis should be made. On that, relevant conclusion should be drawn and limited to those for which the data provide an adequate basis. So there should be a one-to-one match between the data collected, the methods applied, and the conclusions drawn, or the results obtained and the conclusions drawn. So there should be a one-to-one match or the mapping between these four factors. Greater confidence in research is warranted if the researcher is experienced. This is quite natural in any case. Take simple chef or a cook. With experience, definitely the quality or the tricks used are definitely good. Similarly, when you come to PG studies, after UG, definitely your confidence level is more because you know very well how to study, how to tackle a particular subject, how many hours should be dedicated to grasp that subject. So you know very well now. So like that, greater confidence in research is warranted if the researcher is experienced. If you start doing research for many years, naturally, that experience definitely is reliable and people also believe you. So has a good reputation in research and is a person of integrity. So these factors are all going ahead with one's experience. So the next part is the qualities of a good research. Yeah, before